Welcome back to the Garden Hutch. Today we're going to discuss week 51 and 52 of 2022. Let's get going. Well, week 51, much like everywhere else in the country, was cold. And I mean really, really cold. Here on the homestead, we don't get temperatures like that. The low as far as the thermometer went were in the teens, sometimes single digits, and the wind chills were in the negative 20s. This went on for a few days. A lot of people had pipes burst, that sort of stuff. So any of you who are going through that, man, I feel for you. That stuff can be definitely difficult. After week 51, though, we got into the last week of the year and it warmed up and we got quite a bit of rain. So I think here on the homestead, we got about 1.5 inches. We kind of needed it because we had got a lot done in the beds and things. So I think what we're going to do today is we're going to go through and just kind of have a reset in the vlog before we start 2023. We'll go through all 3 of the garden spaces that we have now, and then we'll wrap up with some channel news. Let's go take a look. Man, I can't get over how beautiful it is outside today. We're filming this on January 1st, in fact, so the weather is just gorgeous. It's a great way to start the year. So let's just reset. We call this the old garden real fast. We have all of this area here and then these 3 raised beds. Right now, there's really nothing growing in them. We do have all the soil prepped for the spring. All we need to do is probably, this month here in January, we're going to go through, put a couple inches of fresh compost in all of our garden beds and prepare for the springtime. Believe it or not, we'll be planting here on the homestead middle of this month. So we are incredibly excited. We've got, 2.5 weeks before we can start getting that green thumb going. So while we're over here, I just wanted to point this out real fast. We had covered, you could see these silly strawberries. We went through and we put in some potting mix over the top of it just because I got a good deal on it into the year, and we used it to sort of insulate the roots and things of the strawberries. Well, after that crazy weather that we had, I thought we may have lost them. I come out and in just a few days, you can see right through here, these strawberry leaves have poked through. There's one that kind of came out a little earlier and it is dead. Almost anything that wasn't insulated, including down there, the onions, the green parts of our onions, they also died off. The bulbs should be fine though. So let's take a look real quick here. We call this the top garden. I'm sure most of you folks who watch the channel regularly are aware, but we'll go through it just as a reset. But we pulled up a lot of carrots from this little area right here. You can see the tops of a lot of them had died off, but I'll show you here in a minute that the actual carrots themselves, a lot of them survived. So down here, there's a perfect example right there. See those? The top leaves died back on them, and then in just a couple days they got brand new green sprouts coming on. So anyway, this end of the bed will be coming out, I don't know, 3-4 weeks or whatever. We're hoping some of them have size. If not, it's no big deal. The carrots in this bed, however, these we're going to let them go. We'll try to pull them before they go to seed. This whole experiment with this bed this year was nothing but just kind of see if it would work kind of thing. So we're hoping we get something. If not, going forward, this is going to be a permanent carrot bed, so this is more about the future than it really is a payoff for this spring. So all of these, we got everything cleared out. I wanted to get everything cleared out in case there were any insect eggs or anything of the sort before the super cold weather moved in, just so it'd kill all that kind of stuff. So there's really not a whole lot to see here. You can see I did move some dirt over here. I wanted to kind of get an idea of how much I was going to need to sort of bring it up to level. And then we've got some more barrels that we brought down here, but we'll go into that as the year moves forward. Beansy, are you enjoying the sunshine, buddy? So the last part of the homestead we're going to look at today is just going to be the overall pallet garden. The greenhouse has held up remarkably well. I thought for sure as windy and as much weather as we get out here, it wouldn't last, but it has. So we're going into year 2 on this guy, and I'm really impressed. So I'll take you over here and you can see the parsley. It was nice and green, and you know, it's not now. Look at that. So, but I don't know if parsley comes back or not, but we're going to find out. All of these beds, as we showed as we did our winter prepping for our spring beds, all of these are ready to go. They're resting. All of these beds out here will be planted in the spring. So this is the first place we'll start on the channel this year. Another thing I wanted to point out is the bees. The bees made it, so that was really cool. We'll take a look at those probably going into the spring. I don't want to break the seal or anything on them, you know, get too much cold air or anything, but we were really excited that the bees are still around. Well, we'll wrap this video up here with just a few notes for the channel, if you will. Going forward, I think we're going to kind of keep the same schedule that we did. 2022 was the first year that we did YouTube, so we did it for the full year. We're really proud of ourselves. We're hoping to expound on that in the year to come. And that leads me to the second thing that I wanted to do was we are going to 3 videos a week going forward. We kind of have an idea after last year, the sort of the direction we want to take the channel over the next few years. So we're really happy to have you folks along. And I hope you continue to hang out with us as we go through the whole homesteading adventure. Until next time, I hope everybody takes care of themselves. Peace.